Okay, how's it going? My name is John Carls, and this is my second video game pickups video for my YouTube channel. I'm streaming this live on Twitch right now, right about to do some speed runs, but before that I wanted to do a quick update on some collecting, some stuff I got in June, and yeah, so let me get into it. As you guys have known if you watched the first pickups video, I'm trying to get every US released Game Boy game, so I've got a bunch of those here today. This first lot I got from JJ Games for 42 bucks for 11 games, not bad. Generally, I am always down to pay between 3 and 4 bucks a game for Game Boy games. So I got Monster Truck, and the video quality for these aren't that great, so I apologize. Spider-Man 2, Madden 96, I'm sure that's a gem. Madden 97 I played on Game Boy Quest and was terrible. Disney's Hercules, Solar Striker, which is kind of a nifty little shooter. Batman Forever, which actually means I think I only have one Batman game left for the Game Boy. Paperboy 2. I just recently beat Paperboy 1 on stream, and it took me 12 hours, so that was a rough time. NFL Quarterback. Sure, that's a thriller. Again, a lot of these are filler titles. WWF King of the Ring. The wrestling games on the Game Boy are pretty terrible so far. NBA Jam Tournament Edition. Love those games. Not good on the Game Boy. And then Battleship, game I'm not looking forward to playing because it's like 100 levels. So that stack was 42 bucks. Not too terrible. I got this other stack from JJ Games as well, I believe, or is this? Nope, this was a eBay lot, and it was $50 for this lot. I got Pokemon trading card game, which I'll probably keep, even though I don't normally do color games. Now, this was kind of a gem of this lot, which is Battletoads in Ragnarok World. That's a good $15, $20 game right there. Yoshi, Mortal Kombat 2. Serpent, Beetlejuice, which is one that's kind of hung me up for Game Boy Quest. It's pretty difficult at the end. Elevator Action, Primal Rage. I cannot imagine the Game Boy port of that being very good. It was a fun game on SNES. Most of the fighting games I've played on Game Boy run way too slowly. An extra copy of Super Mario Land, which is probably like my 5th copy now. Bomberman Game Boy. And also Gargoyles Quest, which is one I can sell for like 20 bucks because it's a duplicate. So for 50 bucks, that was a really good deal actually. Selling the duplicates, it'll maybe end up being like 15 bucks. So that's a really good deal. 2 one-offs I got were Pocahontas, haven't played that yet, and Burger Time Deluxe, which I really enjoyed the NES game as a kid. I don't know what the Game Boy game's like yet. I also picked up separately, it was probably like 30 bucks, but I got Doom 2 for the GBA. Doom's one of my favorite series, and I really wanted to be able to play it on my trip to SGDQ, so it was a lot of fun. And then I got a buddy of mine that I shared a room with at SGDQ. I traded him Mega Man 2 on Game Boy and Super Mario Land 1, both were duplicates for Doom 1. If you've never played these ports, they're a lot of fun. Really recommend them. They're good ports. You'd be surprised. And then I got 2 bags here that I got in person. So I went to this guy, this collector. I had bought a bunch of games from him like over a year ago, and he was a pretty cool guy. He had a huge collection, and you know, he had I hadn't talked to him in like a year, but I just texted him and I was like, hey man, do you happen to have any Game Boy games that you'd want to sell? So anyways, I ended up getting a ton of stuff from him, so I'm going to show all that off. I got a couple of filler for NES. I got Karate Kid, which is a terrible game, and Dragon Spirit. I'm pretty sure he gave me those for like a couple bucks a piece. One really good deal he gave me, like unbelievable deal, is he gave me Smash Brothers Melee and Twilight Princess for 50 bucks combined, and they usually go for 50 to 60 bucks total, so really cool deal for that. And then he threw in for like 20 bucks total Mario Party 5 and Super Turrican, which are both worth like, Super Turrican's like a $40 game, Mario Party's more, but he said they didn't work, so I'm going to try and fix them up and see if I can get them to work. So that's cool. But I went there for Game Boy games, and I got a lot of some pretty rare ones, actually, I was pretty excited about. I'll do some common ones first. We got Frogger, which is kind of hard to find because there's a Game Boy Color one, and it's hard to distinguish. I'm going to do some of the cheaper stuff first. Missile Command, super exciting. These arcade ports. Not looking forward to playing these on my Game Boy Quest. Alleyway, my copy of Alleyway looks like garbage, so I just wanted to replace that. Animaniacs, which was pretty terrible. I beat that on my stream. Alien vs. Predator with the case. Disney's Mulan, which is kind of not that good, but I kind of enjoyed it, to be honest. Tiny Toon Adventures, Montana's Movie Madness. That game is horrendous. I'm not looking forward to finishing that. Oh, and I do have all the Batman games because I got Batman Return of the Joker. So all the Game Boy Batman games knocked out. And Prince of Persia, who knows how that is. But the big games I got, he gave me some really good deals. First, he gave me a copy of Blue Brothers Jukebox Adventure, which is it's an extra for me, actually. So I'm probably going to sell that. Bonk's Adventure, Bubble Bobble 2, Roland's Curse 2, which is like a $30 game, and then the big one he gave me a really good deal on, I'll take it out of the case, it's in really good shape too, is Castlevania Legends, which is like, goes for like $80, and I think he gave it to me for like 40, so it was never going to find that deal again, so I went with that. And lastly, to finish up this video, about an hour ago, on my way back from SGQ, I had to go to a wedding, and I was driving back from Richmond, and I passed by a video game shop that I like quite a bit. Well, it's not a video game shop, actually. It's a used bookstore. Sorry for the noise. It's a used bookstore, but they sell retro games, and sometimes the retro games have good deals. Sometimes they're complete rip-offs. I got a Dreamcast memory card for $1, so I don't have one. That's probably good. Jungle Book on Game Boy Color for $2. I don't know why I got that. Godzilla the Series for $2. I got Arcade Classics 3, Galaga and Galaxian for $8. Kind of just what it's worth, but that was the last of the Arcade Classics I got, so I figured I'd go for it. And Mr. Chin's Gourmet Paradise, which is harder to find, so for $8 that was good. I got Disney Princesses for $1. I bought this because of Unikitten, who wanted me to speedrun it at some point. I probably won't, but I bought it anyways. And Monopoly for PlayStation for $2. I love Monopoly, so like any type of Monopoly game, I think I have it for NES, Game Boy, GBA, everything. It's kind of ridiculous. And then a couple of fillers for NES. Sesame Street ABC 1, 2, 3 for $2. Any NES game for $2 is worth it, especially if I don't have it. Arch Rivals and Tubin, which was an arcade game, Tengen unlicensed title. So that puts my Game Boy total up over 250 and my NES total up over 350. So a lot of pretty good deals. I wanted to share them and edit this for my YouTube channel. So I'm going to go ahead and stream now. But if you want to follow me and watch me stream, watch at twitch.tv/JohnCarls. And shout outs to my buddy Enemy. You can find him at Enemy TV on Twitch. He's the one who traded me Doom. Good guy, so go check him out. And I'm going to go speedrun. Okay, peace.